Hello YouTube and welcome to Kawana's Style. Actually, let's make that Kawana's lifestyle, because this year we're jumping into a bunch of different topics, not just the style like the clothes that I wear and the things that I like. This is really about lifestyle because in the year 2023 I turned 50. So I am totally looking at just my whole life, my whole lifestyle, all of the things that I do, all of the habits that I've developed, all of the new habits that I want to create, just like all of the things, because an age is a milestone and it really gets you to thinking. And what's going to get me segueing into these new topics that I hope that you all appreciate, that I hope that you're able to learn some things, get some takeaways, and I want to get some takeaways from you. I am so hopeful that this is going to create the kind of dialogue that I need to be having with a community that's growing, a community that's pre-existing, just everybody. I want to make this really a time for all of us to be able to get down in the comments and talk and share and uplift, support each other, give advice, and all of the things. And for me, one of the most important things in my mind recently has become finances, because that's what keeps us going. That's what sustains us. That's what gave Kawana the ability to have style for all of the number of years that I have. And I've thought for quite a while about how I was going to be able to introduce these topics, how I was going to bring them up. I thought long and hard about if the community even wanted to hear from me. And then I thought, I'm not an expert in these areas, but what I am an expert in is my own life. And I could speak to how I want to make changes, and I can speak to the changes that I've actually made. So that makes me an expert in me. Like, who knows me better than me? Waiting. I'm waiting. Okay, so with that said, I came across a video the other day by Octavia B. Yeah, I want to say it's Octavia B, where she talked about InS and OutS. And apparently this has been a trending subject that's been happening on TikTok, which I ain't TikToking. I already told y'all, Kawana turned 50 in 23. And I'm rarely on Instagram, but that's going to be a whole different topic. But anyway, when Octavia mentioned that this has been like a topic of what's in and what's out, I said this is a perfect opportunity for me to talk about what I feel should be in, or what I've incorporated and bought in, and the things that I have left out and leaving out far in the dust. So if you with me after that long intro, then keep rocking with me, because we're going to dive into it right now. So for me, what's out, what's being completely left in the dust all the way back there in 23 and beyond, is spending money frivolously, spending money on things just to spend it, spending money on things because there's a fear of missing out, a fear of losing out, or a sense of needing to keep up with styles, keep up with trends, keep up with things, keep up with people. That is out to me. Needless spending in any capacity is out. If you're with me, let me see some sort of an indicator, even if it's just a raise your hand because you're with me. The frivolous, meaningless spending, stop. Stop right there. What's in for me is financial planning. Now, I know that could sound boring, because it's like, where's the fun in that? What do you have to show for it? I get it. But that's really where my head is at right now. It's about, where am I going? What am I doing? What will I be spending when I reach retirement age? Which for many people I know, if they were 50, their retirement age would be very soon. And for those who haven't planned, it runs longer. And so I don't want to be one of the people working until I'm 85 years old. So that's really what got my head into this, what really got me thinking about the financial planning. And here, I definitely ramble, but this is why financial planning Smart spending, thoughtful spending is a thing for me. When I woke up one day and I had this epiphany, I'll never forget it. I was getting like an alert on my phone, and I get that every time there's a withdrawal or something like that from my account. And then I said, you know, $4.99, $2.99, there were just like these little deductions that were coming out intermittently, like one time per month, and they were usually for a pretty small amount, with the exception of one, which is what I'll get to. And I started to notice, like I delved into this a little bit further, because I said, at first when I'll see $2.99 for Google or $4.99 for something, I didn't pay it a lot of attention, because in the grand scheme of life, it's not truly a significant amount of money. But when I started to look at it, I noticed that this was for subscriptions, like to various, I want to say like photo editing with Teza, or some sort of an upgraded Lightroom. Like when I was really into the idea of posting photos and posting videos, I wanted to be able to have all of these apps that the bigger creators, that other creators were saying that they were using, because I thought that was going to elevate me and catapult me to the level that they were. And so I started subscribing to various different, as I said, editing subscriptions. They totaled over $40 per month. That's significant when you think about it, because that's almost $600 a year. And there are so many other things I could be doing with that, considering that I never mastered the Teza app. I rarely ever went into the Lightroom editing app, the one with the additional features that I paid for, right? And I think the way that they often get you is that they'll say, try this out for a year and it'll be free. And then as you're using it, you tend to forget that you have subscribed to this and that it is in fact free. So by the time the money starts coming out of your bank account, you're just not paying much attention to it, because so much time has passed. And it seems to me that that's what happened for me. And I was like, yo, that's not the move. That's not cool. That's not going to work for me. So I went right in and I canceled all of that. So for me, that was a big win, because it let me know that even if it was $2.99 or $5, that I was paying more attention to where my money was going. Similar to coffee. I want to say it was about 2 years ago, I stopped buying coffee out. Not that I've ever been like the girl who runs the Starbucks or any of these fancy kind of cafe places where I need an espresso shot or anything. I'm pretty simplistic. I'm just a regular girl who will go to the bodega and get a coffee light and sweet. But those coffees are now maybe $2.50. So for me, it wasn't worth it when I could actually make my coffee and actually be able to drink it at home and enjoy some quality time with my favorite person, who coincidentally is myself. So I cut that out, and that was also another saving. So just looking at spending in different kind of small areas of your life can amount to bigger savings over time. Now, a big subscription that I cut out, I think is going to be kind of controversial, because everybody, I think, has this subscription. And if everybody got it, then guess who doesn't need to have it, because I can just use theirs? Me. I don't need it. I'm sorry. I'm not going to pay $17 a month for this particular subscription that I'm going to tell you about in a minute, because for me, it doesn't work. I don't utilize it. And what I'm talking about is Amazon Prime. When I attempted to cancel my Amazon Prime, when I realized that it was $15.99 or $15 or something like that per month, I said, that's ridiculous, because I go months and months and months without purchasing a darn thing from Amazon. I don't really need to. So when I got ready to cancel the subscription, it said, well, do you realize that you're going to be missing out now on Prime Books and Prime Video and all of these other things that come with Amazon? And when I tell you, there were at least 10 things that I didn't even know about, so I was shocked to hear about it. I said, you're darn right, I still want to cancel, because if I have been paying for Amazon Prime since 2016 and didn't know that those features existed by 2023, then I don't need to know now. I'm not suddenly going to jump on that. I'm just not. It just doesn't make any sense if I haven't been using anything except the benefit of the delivery, which they will say is same day or next day, but rarely ever is. I mean, let's keep it gully. How many times you want to order something and you say that you want it right away, but then Amazon will give it to you 2 or 3 days later? So that next day does not always apply. It really doesn't. So somebody got to make it make sense for me. But I'm gonna make it make sense, but I'm not gonna say that it's just always been all rosy and good and great ever since I canceled my Prime subscription. Why do I want to say prescription? Like, what is that? What like why does that keep rolling off my tongue? But anyway, I want to say that my biggest challenge became when I did want to purchase some things from Amazon around Christmas time as gifts for people. And so what I said was, you know what? Everybody else got it. Everybody else has Amazon Prime. There is no person that I know who does not have Amazon Prime. So what I could do is I could Zelle or Cash App the money over to them, send them a link of the items that I'm willing to purchase. They're already using all of the features that Amazon Prime has to offer. So they're not really doing it just to do Kawana a favor. They actually are benefiting from the subscription. I wasn't. So I can call on any of my friends or family members and say, hey, order this for me, so that I would still be entitled to their next day, same day shipping nonsense or whatever that they're trying to kick it. Are you with me? Are you understanding it? Like you can share a subscription with somebody. I remember when I was growing up, and I think that my neighbor, like I had neighbors that shared like their Costco benefit, because whatever that is, like that yearly subscription. It didn't make any sense not to. It just, when you're spending, you have to think about a way of, can I do this for less? Can I do this in a different way? Can I look at this in a way where there's going to be some kind of savings, but obviously a savings that doesn't impact on me, a savings that doesn't take me out of my way, a savings that doesn't necessarily derail me, but make it make sense. And this part you really won't even believe. I went there very anxiously to cancel that Amazon subscription, and I'm thinking, who can order this for me? Who can order that for me? And guess what? My husband actually has Amazon Prime. So in our household, we're paying $30 a month for the same service. I say that to say, talk to the people in your life, talk to the people that you live with, and find out where these duplication of payments are existing, and save your coin. Find out, eliminate, and save on all of these subscriptions. I'm telling you, it's going to be a good look. You could have at least an extra $60 or more, depending on who you're subscribed to and what you're doing per month. And no, it's not an extreme amount of money, but whether it is or not, should it go somewhere that it's not being used? Isn't it better being saved and going in towards your financial planning, towards your investments, towards your savings, or even towards something that you can actually see instead of just wasting it? I mean, I'm making sense to me. If I'm making sense to me, I'm hoping that I'm making sense to you. If you're still with me, let me see another wave. Let me see a hands up, a thumbs up, or something. Chime in, let me know. So I don't want to keep these videos too long. I want to make them pretty concise and to the point, so that I'm able to make my point and you all get an understanding of what it is that I'm trying to convey. I'm not going to be sitting here with my glasses on and holding up receipts and doing spreadsheets and saying move this over and this interest rate and that interest rate, because Kawana don't math like that. Kawana maths like Kawana maths, okay, in a simplistic way. So I want to be able to do this in a way where I'm sharing this with you all, and you all are sharing it with me and giving me ideas, and not boring the heck out of you, just so that we can keep this going. So I have a lot more things a lot more things that I want to be able to discuss with you all, about things that are in for me for the year and things that are out for me, that are around finances, that are around boundaries, that are around self-care, that are around health, like all of the things. And I hope that if you're not subscribed to my channel, that you will subscribe, because I want us to be able to have a dialogue about these topics as I present them. I'm still going to be incorporating some style content in terms of like OOTDs and weekly planning outfits, or what I've worn or where I'm going and the things. It's going to be presented very thoughtfully, because when I tell you I'm not spending like I got it like that, because I don't, and I can't, and it's not even realistic to try. So I'm going to really have vulnerable, deep, personal conversations with this community about just making my life better. And some would say it's a struggle, but I don't think that there should be anything that feels like a struggle. There should be nothing difficult. It shouldn't be that hard when you're moving towards doing something that's positive and that's going to be better for your life, and that allows for you to be able to live a comfortable life, not a life of debt, not a life of having to work for the rest of your life. I mean, like, if you choose to, if you have a career that you thoroughly enjoy and you want to do that, then that's fine. I'm not opposed to that. This is Kawana's style, and I'm opposed to it for me, so I'm only talking about for me as it pertains to me. So I hope that you're excited about the topics to come. If there's anything else that you would like to see, or any questions that you have, or just anything, just please be sure to comment. Do not forget to give this video a thumbs up, and subscribe if you haven't, because there's a lot to come, and it's going to come, and it's going to be consistent, because another thing that's out for me is being inconsistent, and those inconsistencies were largely out of fear, largely out of not knowing how to deliver the content, not knowing if the content would be received, for so many reasons. And that is all out to me, right? What's in is doing what I want, presenting what I want to be able to present. That's what's in. What's in is pushing myself to not let any barrier stand in my way from sharing the things that I want to share. So this is what we're going to be talking about. As often as I can churn these videos out, that's what's going to happen. And I thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.